Good evening.
So I went out and saw one of the biggest movies of the fall. It's called A Star Is Born, and you're wondering why the hell A Star Is Born is on an electric playground. Well, it's because I've heard good things about this movie, and I happen to be a pretty big fan of Bradley Cooper, who not only stars in this movie, but he directs as well. Lady Gaga is famously his co-star in this movie, and it's a remake of a concept that's been in Hollywood for many, many years. There's been at least 3 or 4 versions of A Star Is Born over time, but this one is kind of special. Obviously, it's a modernized update, and it deals with a sort of a rock and roller country star. He's kind of got country roots, a little bit like Eddie Vedder from Pearl Jam. That's who Bradley Cooper plays, who falls in love with this quirky rising star, this woman that has unbelievable singing prowess, but also has an innate ability to write some cool songs. And Bradley Cooper just sort of has his radar dish out and sees this woman on stage at this drag bar and hears her singing like you wouldn't believe. She sings this French pop song from ages ago, and Bradley Cooper, who is this rock and roller that everybody knows, he's super famous, he just is also kind of aware of the unique qualities of what Lady Gaga kind of brings to the table, and so he invites her out on stage at one of his huge rock shows. The drama escalates, and there's some pretty heavy stuff that happens in this film, but at the center of it is this beautiful relationship that just sort of happens by accident, and the power of that love and that relationship, I think, is accurately and authentically kind of captured in this movie.
Almost every single person that I've come in contact with in the music industry has told me that my nose is too big and that I won't make it.
Your nose is beautiful.
And what they've done with the way that they've filmed all of this stuff is they've actually taken over at big rock concerts, and they let Bradley Cooper and his crew get up on stage and sing live in front of these massive audiences. And some of the filming that was done to capture these moments is just incredible. Obviously, you've got crane shots and drone shots showing the totality and the magnitudes of these crowds, but we also have these really intimate moments with cameras on stage, particularly when Lady Gaga is walking towards this microphone in front of this massive crowd for the first time, and that was just incredible to see. We haven't really seen that intimacy, on stage for these massive rock performances like this before. I think a lot of the buzz and a lot of the hype around this movie is that Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga sing all of their own stuff. They wrote their own music, and some of the songs I found to be better than others. I guess it's completely subjective. You might like all the music in this movie, you might hate all of it.
Can I tell you a secret?
I think you might be a songwriter.
It's an exceptionally well-made movie. I think it looks beautiful. I think the performances are incredible. But the one thing that I had an issue with is I just didn't feel like I got to know the real human of the character that Bradley Cooper is playing. He was fascinating to watch, and I thought he did a great job with that, but I just wanted a little bit more of the human underneath the performer a little bit. And I'm not talking about Bradley Cooper as the performer, I'm talking about the character that he's playing. Maybe the director's cut is going to flesh out the character that Bradley Cooper plays a little bit more, but maybe the message that they're making with the movie is that we're not supposed to know who this character is that much, I felt like we went on a real arc and a real journey with Lady Gaga's character. Her father is played by Andrew Dice Clay, who's actually really good in this movie. Dave Chappelle has a great cameo in here.
It's the first time I'm worried about you.
Listen, there's a lot to dig in and love about A Star Is Born. It is going to win lots of awards. It's getting lots of great reviews already. Definitely worth your time. I had a great time with it. I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10.